Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, and I want to talk about Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She was featured on Carlos King's Monday Night Live show, where she was asked about whether or not Tisha can fight her own battles. And Dustin Ross, being his thoughtful and meaningful self, he actually asked her a question if there was more to her than her just being confrontational. Now, before we get into what Wanda had to say, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites, they are allowed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Claudia and Wanda's conversation about whether or not Tisha can fight her own battles.
Come on with it, Claudia. I'm saying, like, it's easy to like sit here and be like, she shouldn't do this and she shouldn't do that, but then there's that, and then there's real life. Some mamas is like, hey, you got smoke with my daughter, you got smoke with me, and I wish my mom had hands. It'd be a lot.
My mom has a machete. My mother has a machete, so Miss Wanda, you're not as bad as my mom. So I
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Yes, somebody else out there can get the fight too. So your mama is not as bad as me? Oh Lord. Okay, I accept it.
No, you're kinder than her. She has weapons. You just have, you
I
have
do
words.
too. I do too. I got weapons too.
Oh, I stand corrected.
I gotta have something to bag this mouth up. I can just shoot all this out of my mouth now without having nothing to bag it up.
Well, you've gathered me. I have no other commentary.
How's the feedback been to you? Like, what have you been seeing people saying about you? Oh, girl. Well, I hear people saying that she's too old to be acting like this. I'm like, what age got to do with you taking up for your kids? Your kids gonna always be your kids, regardless. I don't care how old they get. They better not disrespect me. That's all I'm gonna say. They can get old as producer. I don't care. So yeah, I heard a lot of stuff. She messy. That can be a little true. But taking up for my daughter, like I said, back in the days, even when my mom left here, she was taking up for her kids. She had to fight for her kids. We had aunties used to always doubt us. We weren't gonna do this because we lived it in the projects. Okay, so yeah, so I had to fight for my baby all my life, and that's all three of them. Do you think the girls right now? The ladies always say, my boys is mama's boys. They mama boys. So, I mean, it ain't just Tisha. Do you think she can't fight her own battles? Or like, why do you feel like you have to do it? Do you feel like she needs you to do it? Or does she want you to do it? Or does she say, Mom, don't do it? No, I think Tisha can fight her own battle. I really, truly do. I know she can. Tisha is a quiet one. She always have been a quiet person. She let people say so much to when it get down to when she got there. It take a long time before she just react. Somebody had to be able to do a lot to her. Mm-hmm. So even with me and Marceau say something not the way slick, and Tisha don't catch her right then and there, but I do, because I'm the catch up one. So I catch it right then and there, and I threw it right back at him.
Okay, I want to take a quick pause. So Wanda, she said that Tisha is the quiet one. And you hear that, right? When you meet families, and especially if it's a larger family, they'll say, and this is the quiet one. Maybe this is the athletic one. Different personality traits. And she's like, Tisha's the quiet one. It takes her a really long time. Somebody has to really do something for her to finally speak up. So it's giving, she's saying like Tisha is really patient and quiet, and it takes her a while before she goes off. I actually think that Tisha is that way from growing up around Wanda, because I am guessing that Tisha may have, I don't know Tisha personally, but she may have grown up with a whole bunch of Wandas. Maybe not so much her brothers, her siblings, but maybe like the aunts, the cousins, maybe even the neighbors, like a bunch of Wandas. Yeah, I would be quiet too. I would be quiet. And who knows, perhaps when Tisha growing up tried to express herself, tried to express her opinion, if her mama didn't like it, she may have given her that same exact energy that she gave Nell Fletcher and that she gives Marceau and that she tried to give Melody. So Tisha grew up with that kind of energy. I bet it did make her withdraw and make her not say anything. And perhaps Wanda knows that. Maybe she knows that Tisha is not confrontational and it's hard for her to go there because of her. And that's why she chooses to fight all of her battles. But let's get back into what they were asking Wanda.
She can or can't fight her own battles?
She can. Of course she can. I would never say that she cannot fight her own battles. Of course she can. I just like to jump in it.
So it's fun for you. It's fun.
Yes. Yes.
You're kind of with the shits. You're with the shits. You just want to get a little piece of the mess when she can handle, but you're like, nah, let me do it. Let me
do this. Let me do your dirty work.
Girl, Wanda.
So this is my thing, Miss Wanda. This is my.
Okay, so Dustin is about to ask his question. And I want to say this. Now, I think that Tisha can speak up for herself. I know that even if she wants to create a visual, she will get some puppets made. And we all know how that was. I had secondhand embarrassment for Tisha straight up at that reunion. And rest in peace to Kiki. I interviewed Kiki and I asked her about that part of the reunion. She said that when Tisha saw all of our faces, the only person who was fake laughing was Maurice. She said when Tisha saw all of our faces at the reunion, she knew she was going to be the laughing stock. I actually think that, especially at this point, Tisha can speak up for herself. She can. I think that Tisha thinks that she is, sicking her mom on people because she knows that her mom can be ignorant and she's okay with being ignorant. And I feel like that's kind of abnormal. Like, to me, my reaction would be more so like I'd be embarrassed for someone I know personally to act ignorant and to just be so quick to jump in it. I'd be embarrassed. But I think for Tisha, she thinks that like she's getting one up on you if she sicks her mom on you. I think that Tisha, she doesn't get the embarrassing feeling when it comes to her mom. And I think that part is really off. But I can't figure out why she is okay with the ignorance being shown. Why that doesn't embarrass her. It seems like she's got the wrong emotion about it. Like she's entertained by it and almost glad that her mom is that way because she can sick her on people. But I feel like that's the abnormal way to react to it. It seems like embarrassment would be more like how you should be, just in my opinion. But now let's get into Dustin's conversation, his question. I find Dustin to be so intelligent. I adore him. So let's go ahead and listen to what he says and ask Wanda.
Thing, right? Because there's no secret that I'll cuss somebody out over every one of my co-hosts on this panel, right? I defend my people just like that, okay? So I get it. My thing is, though, Miss Wanda, after you've done it so many times, that has become all we've kind of seen from you on the show, right? To the point where a lot of the audience now feels like you the damn problem. They feel like when you come in the scene, they know you're finna talk shit, start some, stir a pot, whatever. But I understand that to be you stepping behind your daughter, and I'm gonna step behind my people the same way. The question I want to ask you, though, because that's all we've seen, are there other ways that you want to show your love for your daughter on camera other than just being involved in confrontations behind defending her? Are there other things about your personality that you want to bring to the camera so that we can get to know more of you and more of how you love on your daughter other than you just being in a verbal confrontation with the women on the cast?
I love that question. I want to say, Dustin, he is a skilled podcaster, skilled interviewer. First of all, he came up with a very thoughtful question, and he was able to ask it in a way where she did not get offended or did not show any offense. I think also it helps that Dustin is a man. I don't know if Wanda would have received that from a woman. If a woman asked her, are you willing to show more sides to you other than just you being confrontational? Because his question made me think about the fact that the clip where she showcased her food truck and the ladies, Tisha, Kimmy, Destiny, they arrived at the food truck, they got food, and then they sat down at a table and she joined them. Now, this is your moment, Wanda. You're showing off your food truck, you're showing off the food that you cooked, and you are dragging Nell and being ageist, hypocritically ageist, calling Nell an old woman when I believe you are a few years older than her. And I feel like what's so ironic is that sometimes it's always someone who's older than you bringing up your age. I find that to be so interesting. I've seen that so many times. But even in that moment, she couldn't help herself but be confrontational. Instead of when you have this scene, okay, if Tisha's bringing up Nell, she's trying to play you, get you all hyped up, but don't forget to talk about your business. Don't forget to mention when your food truck is rolling into Huntsville and all that it sells. You need to do that. But she lets Tisha use her because she's got that ignorant side that she is willing to tap into. But I loved how he framed the question. And, is there more to you than just you being confrontational? And now let's hear what Wanda had to say.
Yeah, me and my daughter go places together. We do things together. I even had her working on a food truck. So, and we do a lot of things together. We truly do. We go places. Me and Tisha's just like two peas in a pot. Okay. A lot of people say, well, she tells you everything. No, she don't tell me everything. If she tells me everything, I'd probably be in jail by now. So she don't tell me everything. So yes, me and I'm really a lovely person. I love to cook. I love to enjoy grandkids, my kids. I am a family person, really. I'm truly am. I don't like a whole lot of mess. But when it get down to it, I have to just jump in it. But other than that, I'm a fun person. I like to be around a lot of fun people, But if you push me to the left, hey, I'm sorry, I got to come at you.
We know that by now, though. You know what I'm saying? We know that and we respect it. We know Miss Wanda gonna get in that paint. But I like moments like when you were doing the red carpet at the 80s party at the gym. You got a chance to show your personality. You were cracking jokes and so much fun on that carpet. And you did your messy thing too. But ultimately, it was a view towards you having a great personality and being entertaining. And I just want you to always remember that lane is there for you. You don't always have to be the pit bull to everything. You can also just show your personality, Miss Wanda, because I enjoyed watching you do that.
And I enjoy doing stuff like that. I really, truly do. Everybody looked at me because they think that every time I'm on the show, I'm fussing with somebody about Letitia.
You are.
Somebody saying something about Letitia. That's not always so. It seems like it is, but it's not where I really want to go. That's not what I really want to do. I really want to talk.
Damn.
See, the internet said not to do.
Okay, so Wanda's internet went out. She was having problems with her Wi-Fi. It would not let her be great. Her visual would go away. You wouldn't be able to see her. It would go completely black. Her audio would hang in there, but then she'd have to leave and come back. But she was actually trying to say that, whenever people try to say, whenever they see me on the show, I'm going off on somebody about Tisha. And Dustin is like, you are. That is what we see. That's what he was trying to convey to her. So I think that Wanda, it's one thing because she always makes it clear. She wants you to know that she grew up in the projects. I guess she feels like that is her explanation for everything that is toxic. But I feel like that is no excuse because lots of people went on to invent things, earned multiple degrees, and grew up in bad neighborhoods or more poor neighborhoods or projects. That's really, you don't even have to remind us about that, Wanda, and that should not be your precursor to your behavior. But I feel like that's what she always says. And I think that she's like a reflection of like a lack of growth and a lack of change. You know how some people will say, and I ain't changing. That's always such a sad and pitiful statement, because really you should change over the years. You actually do. If you develop, new music that you like, or new foods that you like that you didn't like before. Maybe you were once married, now you're divorced, maybe you've remarried again. You do go through changes. So when people say that, they're not even thinking critically about their own life, because you do change over time, and you should. But I can tell with Wanda, it just seems like there's like no self-reflection. And Dustin was trying to help her do that. It was like a therapeutic moment. And she was trying to say, like, I do things with my daughter. We go places, we cook together. She even helped with the food truck. But his point was, okay, show us that side to you. Because you don't have to always be the bully and the one who's quick to fight. It reminds me of like middle school and being the nerd in middle school, and people, wanting to tease. It's like she has that mentality, and she like never grew out of it. And she just grew up to be an adult that still acts that way. And then she'll explain and say, well, I grew up in the projects. But I love this panel. I love Blue and Claudia Jordan, intelligent Black women, articulate Black women. Everybody lets someone finish their thought, and then they give their thought. They wait patiently for Carlos to call on them. A super organized panel. I love it. But what do you all think about the things that Wanda had to say, and her saying that Tisha can fight her battles, and Wanda reflecting, saying that, yeah, people say that they just see me arguing with folks over Tisha, but what do you think about her responses? I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. I hope that you all had a magnificent Monday. I hope it was not a manic Monday like the song. I had a good Monday. It was decent. And like we got a little light snow like yesterday, Sunday, but like nothing more today. There's no ice out, and the sun was out. It was just a beautiful day. But I went to the gym right after work, and then I came home and had some dinner and started watching the Monday Night Live show. And now I've made some content. So I am excited, and we're going to all have a terrific Tuesday. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.